So let's talk about loops in Python. Loops helps us execute a group of statements in our script as far as a certain condition is true, or whenever we need to iterate over a list of items and have access to each of the items in the list and use them in our code. So we have while loop and we have for loop. For loop is useful when we need to iterate over a list of items and execute a bunch of code for every instance of the iteration. While loop is useful when we need to just keep running a particular function or a group of statements as far as the condition remains true. We'll start with for loop. For for loop, you use for and then you create a variable, say item, and then you use in and then you pass in a list data. So it could be a list of programming languages. So let's say JS, say PHP. So this is a list data. We use a colon and then we can perform the function we need to perform. We can print out each of the items in the list. So let's say we want to run this code, say Python 3. So when you run your code, we have our items coming out. So we have Python, JS, PHP. That is how you access item in a for loop. You can perform operations like creating a variable and saying something like I love writing, and you can come here and say message plus item. So we can have I love writing Python, I love writing JS, I love writing PHP. When you run this code, you see we have I love writing Python, I love writing JS, and so on. So this is how you work with for loop in Python. We could actually make this easy by creating a variable called languages and equate it to this guy and come here and just put languages. So we create a variable and assign it to a list data, which is a list of programming languages, and then we can make a for loop execution into the list of programming languages and have access to each of the items in the list and print them out. So if we run our code, you see we have a lot of writing Python, a lot of writing JS, and so on.